viewers all over the world. For some of you that are seeing me for the first time, Ogbuefi Ezeana ugochitubelu na Oraifite, Akajugo. I'm an ancient high priest. Abụ m onye isi nchụaja na ugochitubelu ọdịnala temple. Anyị na-agba afa miri emi lụkwazị ọlụ mmụọ dị iche iche. Abụkwazị m onye isi nchụaja na ọdịnala Restoration Evangelical Mission. Bụrụ onye mgbasa ozi ọdịnala Igbo. So you can call me a priest or an evangelist. I will answer. My mission is to help people live better life. N'ụbọchị taa n'oge awa nke eziokwu. Isiokwu anyị ji wee bịa bụ marriage, families are core foundations. Marriage, family are core foundations. Abịa nka nkọwalụ gị na before nna anyarị abịa na be anyị. No nwere ihe Igbo ji dị ebube. Ihe Igbo ji dị ebube bụ the structural value and the etu anyị si ebi ndụ na alụmdi na nwunye bụ ihe ndị Igbo ji dị ebube. And onye akpatara when they came, the first thing they tackle is our system of families, our system of life, and our marriage. That is the only thing that gave them the opportunity to penetrate into our culture, tradition, and Igbo spirituality to destroy it. These people took their time to analyze and find out that the only thing that that will make them to penetrate us is to destroy those fabrics that is embedded in marriage and families in Igbo spirituality. That once they conquer it, that every other thing will be history. Our traditions and our spirituality. Believe in me, today's lecture is top notch. You have not come across this kind of message before. Sena mara Chineke, I got taught to them mad rabo. I get make on the chestino kunkuno but it. Before we dive into today's lecture, important announcement. I welcome you all in the year 2026 using Georgian Roman calendar. Abịara nka nkọwala unu so no na arụ a ga-aba Roma. N'ihe kwụsịrị ndị ọzọ ma ọ bụ ihe kwụsịrị unu kwụsịrị ndị ezinụlọ na 2025 ama kwụsịrị na 2026 ma ọ bụrụ na unu kwelu na-esoyere anyị. Echefuna na ya amalitego aja anyị na-achụ kwa ọnwa nke ọnwa January. People have already started booking. Everyone is interested. He gave me forward ya 3 prayer requests. I get them altar. Na achụ aja na go for na ekubi okwu n'isi gị ụbọchị ọbụla kenye na ọnwa agwụ. Echepụta na ụbọchị ikpeazụ nke ọnwa so ndị sonye na nyaba aja ka enweta nchịkọta nyaba aja na their WhatsApp numbers only. I anaghị esho ya na any social media platforms on eziokwu TV. So everyone is interested. He ga-eme bụ ịchat ya m na WhatsApp. Forward ya 3 prayer requests. Then make token donation to the account number. Chat them na WhatsApp or one other details we need in order to book you. WhatsApp number get you 0805 78 37 672. I repeat 0805 78 37 672. Now na screen gig of number and ball. Now let's dive into today's lecture proper. Ihe na check kọwala gị bụ na ọ bụ nnukwu ihe aṅụrị. N'ihe kwesịrị ịma dịka onye Igbo, achọrọ m ka nchiwarụ na akụ Igbo nsogbe. These people ị na-afụ bịara na wee bastardize ya ihe anyị ji dị ebube. Ọnya ka m chọrọ ka m mee ka o wuo n'anya. For you to know where the problem started. The problem started because the foreigners, because of their intentions they had against our survival, our greatness, they went for that fabrics, the foundation, and destroyed it. And that is one of the reasons you can draw attention on them. They made a terrible mistake in 2025 that cost them their marriages, cost them their families. Napo ihaji diabube. Ega na social media all over now. ihe ga na-anụ who marriage help. Marriage adịrọ necessary. Enwere ọtụtụ ndị bịara kịta na social media na-ekwu na onwere ihe marriage bụ. Nọọsụ human being na anụ di na nwunye. Na animals adịghị anụ di na nwunye. They are not committed. They are not taking responsibility. They are advocating that human beings should start living like animals. And I'm here to condemn that impression. All the very wrong. Judge it from any angle, from our cultural values, from our spirituality is wrong. It's not natural. Some claims that marriage is not natural, and I'm here to dispute that. Yes, I'm here to dispute that because why is not so? Bona, you cannot differentiate human beings and the mandate given to man. Man is not animals. Yes, there's nothing is different between human anatomy and animal anatomy. Yes. But only ihe make the human being. What makes human being is not only the carnal. Yes. It's not the animal in nature that make human being. What all the two things make the human being? What those two things that makes human being is the spiritual you, which is the core you, and the physical you, which is the animals in you, the physical body. So two of them cannot be separated from each other. Problem people are facing nowadays is that the over cultivation of the intellect, the physical body, therefore denying the spiritual aspect of you. That is the problem. But if you try to balance it, you will understand that human being is a natural being given natural mandate by Chukwu Oke pụrụ ime ihe niile. Maka ndị na-asị na animals are accountable for their procreation. Human being was given mandate in Genesis chapter 1. Where was chapter 2? After creation, he gave man the mandate to go, rule, dominate. So animals was never given such mandate. And for the fact that we have spirit, it's only human beings that have the spark of Chukwu Okike in them. Yes. So therefore, in order to continually taking responsibility of our procreation, we must take responsibility. That is why even in the business, in the natural way of life in the society, if you're a manufacturer, you have what is called trademark. Trademark is what differentiates you from the other person. So those people that calling for human beings to be living like animals, they are not getting it right. We can't live like animals because our core human being comprises the spiritual and the physical, while animals comprises only the animal in them, the animal nature. So anybody that is crying or thinking that animals, that human being will be living like animal, judging like animal, is getting it all wrong. So what am I saying in essence? What I'm saying in essence is that advocating for human beings to be living like animals is not acceptable. What am I saying in essence? What I'm saying in essence is this. Human being I should always be accountable. That is how man was created. So what am I saying in essence? What I'm saying in essence is that people advocating for human beings to be living like animals, anywhere you see the opposite sex, you got her pregnant or you got pregnant, and no. If we are living like that, our society will not be coordinated. And that is these advocates, these people that are advocating these things is an advocate that comes from the pit of hell. You will see another set of people saying what marriage does not is not needed, marriage does not help anybody. They are advocating for single motherhood. Single motherhood does not have any place in Igbo spirituality and culture, because na ga-enwe lacuna. Ndị Igbo na-atụ ilu si ọmụrụ zụọ, ọ bụrụ ịmụta amụta bụ isiokwu, n'ihi ịmụtara amụta azụkwara azụ. Onye na-asị na ọka ka amụta onye ga-enyere mmadụ aka na oru eji, ọ bụrụ onye nke ịzụrụ azụ ga-enyere gị aka. Ọ nke ịmụtara ọgbara achawo ụlọ si ga-ejewala, mụta nke nwoke ọrụ ọṅụrụ mkpụrụ mmiri zuru ori jewala, ọnya ga-elota gị. Ọ nke ịzụrụ azụ zụpụta mmadụ ga-abara uru. So what am I saying? When these foreigners came, they understand that the principle of obedience, how family is structured. During the time of our forefathers, nwatakịrị ọbụla must be obedient to his parents. Children obedient to their parents is top notch. Even if you have a different opinion, you say it with politeness and humility. But not, do you know in the ancient time, it's a taboo for a child to beat up his father. It's still taboo till today. So what I'm saying is that those days, my father told me this story. During those days, children are so obedient to their father, to their parents. They are not challenging their parents, no. Onya batale, makana isi na abụ anaghị echi eze. Onya batara na harmonized society like Eze-Ana ọzọ. Nwatakịrị adịghị etu ugo n'ihu nna ya. Etugoro ugo etupu, ime etu ugo n'ihu nna ya. Nke abụọ, nwatakịrị nwere ọtụtụ ihe ọ dị eme n'ihu nna ya. Example, obodo zuo, ebunye nna gị nzu, nna ụtụọ nzu n'ala. Gị nwa ama atụ nzu n'ala, ihe ị ga-emerụ nzu owu imetụ n'ụkwụ gị, metụ n'ihu gị, mana ịma atụ ya n'ala. In respect of your father. So in many ways, Igbo spirituality is structured in a way that children will always give their father the utmost respect that their parents deserve. Manandanya mgbe ha bịara, in order to break that system of obedience, Igbo spirituality and our cultures are embedded in humility and obedience. So what they did is to break that humility, allegiance, and obedience. And they too accord in our families, or to accord in every woman to their parents. The same way in every wives to their husbands. Humility, submission, and obedience. So what they did, they now begin to preach the gospel. That now you can disobey your parents when they ask you to do what is not good. Believe in me, no person will love you more than your parents. Nobody. Do you know why they are preaching that? They are preaching that because they ask you to disobey your parents, because they want to teach you how to disobey your parents and stop attending to your family altars. Whenever your father calls you, Chibike, ga wotara m ọkụkọ ma oje wotara m nsu, ka ije gbuoro agwụ dị bayi, ma oje gbuoro ana bayi. They told you, they ask children to disobey their parents in this regard. That's what your father is asking you to do at that particular time is sin. So if you want to hold responsible people that bastardize our structure, our families, the high in Igbo spirituality, hold those foreigners accountable. So when they succeeded in children disobeying their parents, let me give you an example. I normally like to give instances. My father told me, because he is the choosing person to succeed his father. His father is a herbalist. But he went to school during that time of Standard 6. So during that school training, they brainwashed him by telling him that he can disobey his father at free will. That he should disobey his father when he consigned the faith. So when my grandfather wanted to die, he handed the family offer and everything to my father, late father. But because my late father obeyed the catechist, the priest, the advice of the priest, Now my late father surrendered all those family of 4 and rest of them and cast them away to in the bush. That is how all those things got brought. Is disobedient. Yes, that is the family staff, but he was misled to throw them out. The same thing is what is happening in many families. Today, foreign religion have made a lot of families to throw away what the symbol, the monuments, the staffs that made that family what they are. Today, the foreign religion has bastardized so many marriages and advised some women to begin to disobey their parents, begin to disobey their husbands. Haven't you noticed that some women, ignorant women, I call them ignorant, those ignorant women do give Reverend Father, pastors, more respect more than their husband? Have you noticed it? It's an aberration. It's not supposed to be so. So all these things is the problem. So what they did is to destabilize the bond between families. And those family bond, marriage bond, is what made us stick. During those days, children can never disobey their parents. The word of your parents is an authority. Even if you have different opinion, you submit it. You submit it in obedience with humility. Then waiting for your father to vent it, to see the reason in what you said, and allow him to make a decision. That's what brought one adage that says, n'ihe nwata na okenye na ana wefu na gị bụ nwata irigogoro n'elu nụrụ oya irokotere, you will not sit. Maka na ndị Igbo kwenyere, one adage says na onye bụ mmadụ ụzọ sibe ite na aka ya enwe mkpọmkpọ ite na mkpọmkpọ ọkụ. Experience counts. So they succeeded in making children to start disobeying their parents. The same way they succeeded in advising women to begin to disobey their husbands. Now they understand the benefit of our marriage system. During the time of our fathers, we believe in polygamy, and polygamy is not meant for all. It's meant for great men who can afford it. Great men who has what it takes to run it. It's not for everybody. But there's so many benefits in it. Every great family those days run on polygamy. What they did, they brought their own system of monogamy, of one man, one wife. But what our people did not know, disadvantage in monogamy, they came and introduced it through their white man religion. Our people bought it over. But remember, during the time of our fathers, it's not compulsory that you must run polygamy. No. That time we still have people that have only one. We still have people that have more, as case may be. But one of the benefits those days that we don't have ashawo, we don't have Ross girls, we don't have single ladies. You know why? Because those men that married multiple wives, that run polygamy, took away those remainders of the street. That time we don't have single ladies. Igbos know they do ashawo those days. That time women are even scarce, in the sense that by the time you reach 14, 15, 16 years, go. Yes. So it's very difficult. At most, early 20s, you must have gone to some husband's house. So that time, and our people understand the value of families. Even a widow, they still have another man that will be acting as a father figure to help that widow to train her children. Because ndị Igbo na-ekwu okwu sị na ụmụazị nwaanyị zụrụ na-ata akwa. Because o nwere ebe ụmụazị nwoke ga-eruo, they will be challenging their mothers. They will not be taking her serious. So all those things, and a woman is nwaanyị zụọ nwa, ofu kind of training, but nwoke na-azụ nwaanyị na-azụ, ọ na-eme ụmụazị anwa ha abụdo ihe ha kwesịrị ịbụ. So if they destroy our marriage family foundation by introducing one man, one wife. Those are our reminders. Those are our reminders in 80s, 90s, year 2000. Those people reminders, they don't see husband married. Most of them will now enter us girl. Some of them on Facebook will be telling you Ross girl pays more. It's not true. That you married and they did not favor you does not mean that other people will not enjoying their own. So stop deceiving other young girls to come out of their marriages, that marriage does not pay. It's not true. Marriage is sweeter. That you are dating a side chick, and the man bought Lexus for you, Lexus 350 for you, does not mean that madam is not driving Benz at home. Whatever a guy is giving you from is one of the crumbles, leftovers. Madam at home enjoy most. That it did not favor few does not mean that it's like that. What am I saying? Why do you know why many men are not marrying more than one wife nowadays? You know why? Because there were availabilities of side chick. Stop side chick today. Stop side chick, those so-called girlfriend to married men. Stop them today. You will agree with me that some of those men that have side chick were married. So the runs and are run now as side chick is destroying our women the more. Because some of those side chick, after being a side chick for a very long years, can never be a good wife. Some of them are those people coming on social media, be telling you who married help. They will be there as single mothers. Yes, because you did not favor them. They now want to destroy the system that help to build our homes. Let me tell you, you will not use children trained under a roof of a man and a wife. Yes, to compare children trained under the roof of a side chick, a single mother. They are not the same. Yes. I'm not saying that all the children of single mothers are useless, no. But I'm telling you the difference. There is difference in training. Because even if a woman, you cannot be coercive and passive at the same time. But in families where mama and father train children, you will see the coercive nature, the passive nature, all of them will be present in those children's life. So what am I saying? I'm here to counter those people that will tell you that marriage does not help. Let me tell you, marriage and families is the fabric of our society and Igbo spirituality. If we allow people to crush those marriage system and the value of families in our society will be like Oyibo society, where anything goes. People will start indulging in homo and the lesbianism and the all manner of life. They will no longer give respect to marriage. Do you know that you as a woman, as a married woman, another woman is telling you that marriage does not have? Do you know the respect that marriage gives you cover over your head? Over your head, do you know? Do you know that it's not proper for any person, a young man, to beat a married woman? If you beat a married woman, you're already in soup. Because of that respect of her husband. It's not the same. So what I'm saying is that a married woman have more respect. In any way you look at it. You see have a title, RS, Mrs. If you don't know, there are some certain things that will happen. Now, you want to go and sign surety to somebody, and there's a single girl, they will tell you that they don't want single girl to sign surety, that it must be a married woman. Do you know that there are some certain places they will not give you house as a single lady? Do you know? A single lady like that, there's some limitation of what you can pass. So what I'm saying that this year 2026, stop those habits that made you to look down on men. That is one of the reasons why you face those challenges you faced last year. That is one of the reasons that you did not get married last year. That is one of the reasons that made you to lose some of your close friends and associates. Those people that are looking up to you. Those people that genuinely love you. But because you begin to listen to those afraid people that does not count, you begin to talk anyhow. You begin to look down on men. You begin to preach what is not expected of you. You begin to look down on men and playing down marriage. Then how do you expect a sensible man to come and marry you? When you are out there preaching down on marriages, preaching down on the benefit of marriage, preaching down on why everybody should respect their marriage and make their marriages to work. You are out there preaching that whole marriage help, and you expecting a man to marry you. Even if a man is interested in you, even if any man is interested in you, and you are there in the public preaching that marriage is a scam, that marriage does not worth it, how do you expect me or to recommend you for somebody? Yes, because that's in the out of the abundance of the heart the mouth speaks. If you are in the public, you are preaching that marriage does not worth it, that men are scam, that men does not worth it, that men are selfish, you are exhibiting hate for men. How do you expect a sensible man to proceed or to marry you? Maka na ndị Igbo na-asị na o rufuru ka eji mbazu wee na-enyo oru ibi ya marụ na-etu ya adị ya. A sensible man will pick race. Sometimes mind what you say in the public. Internet does not forgive. Whatever you say today, even Facebook will still be reminding you after every 1 year. Meaning they don't forget. So what am I saying in essence? Know the type of people you are following. Stop following those confirmed Oloshos that are retired and everything, that are social media preaching, telling you that marriage is a scam, telling you that though there is no point of families, and playing down on Ihai. Let me tell you, if Igbo spirituality will be strong and our culture will be strong, we must place value to our marriages and the families. We must look at on those things that made our marriage of yesteryears, the marriages of our forefathers, to be great. We must never look down on those things. And what are those things? It's the principles of knowing that what the man needs in marriage is peace. What a man needs in marriage is peace. So if you are not willing to give the man peace, forget it. You must know that every man needs submissive wife. Even in the Bible is there. Is a man that loves. Even in the Bible said, man loves your wife. Women, be submissive. Men love most because it's in us. A woman, most women nowadays, no matter whatever they do, they don't love. They see it as because for the fact that they are woman, because they have pussy. Yes, because of that they deserve all the cares, all the love, all the everything from men. And they are not even willing to say thank you to men. They will believe that for the fact that they are women, men should continually spending on them for the single reason they are a woman. So no matter whatever any man does to them, they don't see it out of that men love. They see it because they have what men needs. What do you think men needs? Sometimes most of you think that what men needs is hidden and gadagi, honey pot. It's not true. I can tell you reason why men are getting married, or if you don't know, take it from me. Why a man will choose to marry is not because of what is between your legs. It's not because of your honey pot. Your honey pot is out there everywhere in the locality. So if why a man is getting married is because of honey pot, I can tell you that men will not get married. Because to access that honey pot you take is everywhere, available everywhere. It's not because of food, because the man is not hungry before you meet him. The man knows Amaka Negbua's joint. He knows Wanyoka joint. Why the man is getting married is that the man is getting married because the man is looking for peace of mind. A woman that when he comes back home, even if the hustle and bustle out there it was so hot, the woman at home will console him, tell him that Nechiga Kama. A confidant, somebody can relate with, somebody that can give him more confidence and be a booster to him, peace of mind. Why the man is getting married is a woman that will be submissive to him at even old age. Yendi Iboji anụ nwaanyị bụ ka ọ ga-abụ at old age inwe onye ga-ene gị nka, because loneliness kills. So a man had a look for somebody ga-abịa ka na drag ba equality. He's not looking for somebody that will come and start dragging property that the man have achieved. Or ebe ka get that the man apịawa nku. Ka ịgwa the man is already doing well before he married you. But you will say, yes, when he married me, he have only 2 houses. Now I'm married to him, he have 10 houses. That is your luck. Auntie, it's not so. The man have built a structure that even without you, the structure will keep on elevating him. If you think that that's your luck that brought you, how many houses in your father's house? Why didn't you use that your luck to build a house in your father's house before you get married? Why didn't you use that your luck to help your brothers to build houses? Learn to be humble. Let me stop here. If you have any question in today's lecture, you want us to do the consultation for you, chat me on WhatsApp 0805 7837672. I repeat 0805 7837672. Now on screen gafia. Let us pray. Ekwem na Chineke. Ekwem na odi ihe siri m ike. Ke Chineke na-apụghị izi m ụzọ m ga-esi lụwo ya n'ihi na ọ mazuru ihe niile. Obi m siri ike na Chineke emeworo m ya gazie. May the blessings of Chukwuoke Premier be with you all. May you be protected. May you be blessed now and forevermore. Ya gazie. Udo dịrị unu.